Captain's log. The date is November 18th, 2016. It has been 4 long weeks. On week number 3 was the beginning of the end. On week 3, my partner Matt was driven to the brink of insanity and started a rampage across this forsaken podcast. I no longer feel safe. I fear for my life. I feel like this is the end. This podcast has imploded. It is driving us all to the edge. We need help. We need... No. No, 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 no. Oh no, what happened? Hello, everybody. It is kind of a hectic week this week. So far, I'm the only one here. So, Matt jumped ship, drove him crazy, refused to do it, and doesn't want to come on anymore. Doesn't want anything to do with madnessing. That's a lie. No, Matt is currently out of town for the weekend and won't be back until noon on Sunday. And, not to mention, Chrissy is also not going to be here on Sunday. So we want to be able to do it then. So for right now, it's just me. Talking, gibbering at the internet like a lunatic for a couple minutes. Chrissy's with Jackson, putting him to sleep. So hopefully she'll be able to join us in a bit. And Matt will be back next week. So this is all very, very hopeful. One thing, though, that I do have to say is, how do you guys like the new microphone? So I picked up a Blue Microphone Yeti Pro Blackout. This thing is beautiful. It's huge, it's big, heavy, sounds amazing, and I absolutely love this thing. I've been finding reasons to abuse it, whether it's doing a fan ad for a different podcast or talking with a friend that I haven't talked to in forever in a game just because I can, or, recording stupid stuff like that intro. Yeah, I love this thing. I found out that XSplit released a, what was it? Gamecaster? Yeah, XSplit Gamecaster. And that's supposed to be the new and improved video game streaming thing. And I thought, oh, that is great. Hopefully, for once, I can actually stream. No, it's the same problem. Yeah, it sucks. Definitely, for sure. But for the most part, I'm not going to be able to do any videos. It sucks so bad. And that's on gaming and not entertainment. Lovely. So, things to talk about. I can talk about Metallica. They released a new album today, and it is fantastic. Absolutely love it. 100% solid. My favorite song, let's pull it up here. iTunes, because I do good at making sure I have everything. So it's 3 discs if you buy it in the store. 26 songs in total, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Seriously, guys, you might want to cut down on how much content you have. but people are probably going to say that this is most likely their last album. I mean, people thought that Death Magnetic was going to be their last album, and add on top of it of how what's the word poor reception that it got, that they thought that that was it, Metallica was done, they were just doing shows to stockpile money and then they were going to retire, and then they just drop out of nowhere. It's like, well, we're thinking of doing a new album, it's going to be on our time. And I remember that quote like almost 3 years ago now. And then out of nowhere, it's, hey, you know how we said we were going to do a new album on our time? Yeah, here's the first track, Hardwired. It's great. Thrash, heavy metal, like they normally do. Really good. Very, very good quality. And then they dropped Moth into Flame, which had a... How did I describe it? Sort of like a Master of Puppets vibe to it. Their third one was Atlas Rise, which is, as far as I could tell, completely 100% original. I mean, they do have some common themes from older albums, but as far as I could tell, like, I couldn't say, oh yeah, this is like such and such, and this song on this album. I couldn't say that. And now on to my favorite songs. These songs are amazing, and I've listened to them way too many times. I can't remember where to find it, how often you've listened to a song, but I have 3 songs that I will say, yeah, these ones play on repeat. I can deal with that. So, the first one, my absolute favorite, my number one track pick for Hardwired to Self-Destruct is track 5 on disc 2, Murder 1. This song is pretty much a Black Album reincarnation. So it's got a very King Nothing vibe to it. Sort of a slower song in some situations. A lot of very, very cool lyrics that give it a very great vibe and feel. Kind of, as I said to Matt, who's also another big Metallica fan, it's very groovy. And I love it. So my favorite line in there is, and I hope I get this right, I might play it just for kicks so I get it, but it was, one heart, die hard from the start. Oh, what was it? One heart, die hard from the start. One heart beats its song. Murder all, murder one. Give me murder, second class from none, or second class to none. And that is probably one of the coolest, creepiest lines in that entire song, and I absolutely love it. Not to mention, in one of their demo songs when they were coming out with Death Magnetic stuff still, like when Death Magnetic was a new concept to them, they introduced a song, I want to say Death Is Not the End, which then turned into it's the one, Shattered Glass, the Drop the Hourglass of Time, Spilling Sand We Cannot Find. Yeah. I can't remember the song. End of the Line. That's the song. Sorry, I had to sing it in my head. Um, yeah. So "Death Is Not the End" turned into the end of the line. At least some of the lyrics did. And in "Death Is Not the End," there's a line: "The man in black walks around." And in my story, the story that me and Matt are working on, we had this character that we basically called the man in black. So when we heard that line in "Death Is Not the End," we're like, oh, this is so cool. It's a cool, creepy vibe and whatnot of the song. So that's a great song. Except they never released it, so it didn't go anywhere. Come around to Murder One. And one of the lines is, regards the man in black. I can't remember the exact line, but it's a great song. Something along the lines of like, yeah, I feel your thunder still beating back. Yeah, you hear that thunder, the man in black. I think that's how it goes. Really great. And I love it. And as soon as I heard that, like, yeah, this is my favorite song. It's got a nice groove to it. It's got some pretty creepy, mysterious lyrics that fit well with the song. And then they just drop the man in black. And it's like, yep, I like this. I really like this a lot. So then we'll move on to number 2. And I'm going to say it's "Now That We're Dead." Track 3 on disc 1. "Now That We're Dead" is probably super groove Metallica. It's got a nice jam. It plays out really well. The guitar riffs are amazing. And in a somewhat probably twisted sense, it's a love song by Metallica. It's just like, hey, Metallica made, a song about caring about people. Love song. Because one of the lines is, oh, well, now that we're dead, my dear, we can be together. Now that we're dead, my dear, we can live forever. So, yeah, there's that. And then, going back to Murder One, I think it's a 6-minute animated music video featuring Lemmy Kilmister of Motorhead. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, Now That We're Dead is a very, I don't know how to explain it. 7 minutes of total guitar jam that are great. Good lyrics too. And like I said, it's just funny to say. It's funny to say that they made a quote unquote love song. And then number 3 is Halo on Fire, which is their typical pseudo one. What's the one from Death Magnetic? The Day That Never Comes. So like they made The Day That Never Comes, and it's like, ooh, it's a sequel to One. They're probably one of their most famous songs out there. And Halo on Fire off like that, sort of a slow jam, very powerful lyrics with a slower guitar riff and drum beat. And then out of nowhere, it's I think like 3 minutes of just riffing it and solos, and it's great. Absolutely love it. Not to mention, if you go to the 7 minute and 30-second mark on the music video, you'll actually see James Hetfield rocking out in the audience watching Metallica play. So, continuity errors in Metallica's music videos. That's great. Oh, hello, Terpes. How are you this afternoon, evening, or whatever it is where you are? And see, this is why I need two screens, so that way I can have literally everything off on one screen, so that way I can focus all of. Oh my god. I heard that in my microphone. So, Chrissy just came back and said Jackson fell asleep to American Pie. Oh, who's that by? Yeah, Don McLean. Oh my god, that's hilarious. No notifications on Twitter. Hmm. Yeah, American Pie the song. If Jackson fell asleep to American Pie the movie, I would be worried. Uh, very true. So, Chrissy will be joining momentarily. I'm about to tweet out to. Where is it? I'm about to tweet out to the Pure BS podcast because they said that they wanted to listen in. So let's see if they'll join in. Hope they don't mind. Kind of hijacking their show. Sorry about that. Your headphones will be ready, my dear, whenever you're available. What? No, you're right here. Terpes, there is a lovely little intro at the beginning of this show. I don't blame you if you wait till after to go and watch it, but he's out of town for the weekend, unfortunately.
How far
So,
did he go?
I think he, I think he came in when I was talking about Murder One, so probably about like 10 minutes ago. Let's see if I can't figure this out. What?
What do you mean 10 minutes ago? He left 10 minutes ago?
No, what are you talking about?
When did Matt leave?
Oh, he was gone today.
Or how far did he go?
I have no clue, but like he's out in the middle of nowhere, I think.
Is he doing a survival thing?
No, it's something with his church, and I have no clue what it is. I'm about to switch over to omnidirectional, so that way it's a lot easier. Oh no, I can't. Boom. All
Telling
right.
everyone what you're doing with the microphone?
Well, I already said that I picked up a Blue Yeti microphone. This was kind of spur of the moment. Picked it up on Wednesday and got it today. Probably about 45 minutes before I left work.
Are you gonna like put a tattoo Blue Yeti on your butthole or something?
No. Oh my god.
Okay.
So, Terpey suggests that we put a tracking device in Blitz so that way we know where he is. He's with his church, so he's good on his own. We don't need to know where he is.
So about the first 10 episodes of the Pure BS podcast. Either Ben or Steven said they would tattoo AT&T on their butthole.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Thanks, guys. This is what happens when Matt's not here.
So, multiple ads.
Multiple ads? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did an ad for the Blue Yeti, and I did one for the Pure BS podcast.
Hey, there's an ad that you can do.
That's essentially the reason we started this podcast.
To suck up to people. Hey, will you let us on your network? We will kiss your ass as much as you want.
Do you think they actually make a profit?
No. I've heard their shows. They do not. They actually, I think they might. I don't know. I cannot comment on it. Secondhand, I refuse to comment on it. So, ooh, what's this? Please tell me. Might be too early, or they might be doing something.
Wait, what was that thing about the founders?
What founders? I don't know.
Oh, it's their story.
This is their story. No, we're not gonna be reading someone else's story. If anything,
sounds interesting.
Let's talk about my story.
Your biography or your fiction?
My story. Stupid.
Okay, you know, everyone has a story, even if they're not an author. So, yeah.
Plagiarism.
Who's that Pokemon? Plagiarism!
Oh, no.
It was a drawing of Charmander.
Would I ever write an autobiography? If it got to a point where someone asked me or told me, hey, you know, you're pretty famous enough, you should probably write an autobiography, I would say, all honesty, I don't think anyone wants to hear this. All right, let's break it down real quick. Guy flops out of college. Okay, goes from job to job, working on a story that him and his friend started 6 years prior. Drops out of college, goes from job to job, ends up becoming a father, a parent, probably a bit too early than what he should. Forced into a steel company that is probably going to be shut down within the next year for reasons that I'm not comfortable going into. And, ooh, someone is not happy.
Do you think he's awake?
Yeah, I think so. Uh-oh. Oh, man, that mic gain is really crazy. Let's knock that back a bit until that situation is resolved. That is wrong. Yeah, more like super ordinary. Sorry about that, folks. Ooh, someone is not happy right now. Close the door. Oh, boy. It's a good thing I have this new microphone. I can tweak everything. Oh. Can drop microphone volume in the X split. I can drop it on the actual mic itself. Perfect. So, got nothing, really. My main point was to come on here and talk about Metallica. Oh, the story is coming along as well as it was before. I have finished developing a arc that I want to go into. It's kind of one that not necessarily forces you to make forces you to think, but just, I guess, second guess whether or not what you what you think is real or not, or if this is actually happening, or if this actually happened. It's supposed to basically throw something at you, and to which you were told earlier, it's like, no, it's case A. But then event 1 happens, and then it's case B, which is the complete and total exact opposite of case A. Basically, it goes through and messes with your head, saying like, what's happening right now? If it was as good as The Matrix, I would be amazed. But yeah, I'm trying to block out as much background noise as I possibly can. We might be cutting to a break here in a minute. I'm not sure. We're at about a half hour. Been rambling on about anything and everything. So we will cut to a break here momentarily. For a moment. Be back in about a minute. So if you gotta go grab a drink, go grab it. I would say I need to run ad breaks, but we don't have any sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Jackson, mine and Chrissy's son. I hope that was grammatically correct. Probably wasn't. Anyway, so I almost ended up on the yeah, start searching for sponsors. All right, so real quick tangent before I get into everything else. I believe you have to prove to a sponsor. what was it? I think I heard from someone else that they have to prove that you get at least 10,000 downloads slash views, listens, I think, for like a small time sponsor, like a Amazon partnership, like the Pure BS podcast. So the way they do it, uh, yeah, give them your soul. The way they have it is they have a link on the Amazon page that when anybody clicks it and buys anything, it costs nothing extra. It's the same amount of money that you would normally pay, except a little bit of it goes to the podcast. Or it's the same thing with Audible, but they're a partner with Amazon as well. Now, for something like Squarespace, I think you gotta have maybe a couple more thousand, like 300,000 views, like the Co-Optional podcast, the video game podcast run by Total Biscuit. They get, hundreds of thousands of views each week. That's why they're able to do Crunchyroll, Crunchyroll sponsors and Squarespace and bigger corporations. And looking at that, it's you have to get way up there and insanely popular, because at the moment that's pretty much top tier. It's not like Dan Harmon, who runs Harmontown. He's famous enough on his own. People will go and pay to see him wherever he's at. And it's basically a live tour. Not to mention he's got, whatever money he gets for, Rick and Morty. He's a producer, he's a director, he's a writer. So he's famous enough on his own. He's probably got the money to throw around to do something like that. Plus, not to mention, they're paying him a lot of money to actually just to be there and sit in the audience. It's like a late night show, like uh, Conan or the Trevor Noah guy. So they're not to mention they're getting paid to be there. They're not just getting paid to, advertise, to throw in like a 30-minute one, even though they do it. So that also sort of stirs it up, and where it's like, well, is it actually like he's probably not running it to the point where he's got to pay for it. Someone else is probably running it for him. That's why they have the sponsors, because they have to pay for it. But yeah, it's ridiculous. And then you got companies like Rooster Teeth, right? Those guys are on a whole different level, since they raised like just under a shy of $1 million in 24 hours for a charity. Yeah, there's a reason that they get the sponsors that they do. It's ridiculous. It's so insane. And we're literally pretty much a 2-year-old in a high school and expecting to stay afloat and understand everything and exist and be noticed. If I'm going to be honest, Terpes, you make this show. It's knowing someone who literally watches it almost religiously, it's scary. And so it's, yeah, I have. I listen to so many podcasts, and I hear a lot about the podcast business. So, not to mention, I was looking into a lot of this. It's pretty hard. But one thing that I have been told is that if you're going to do it, don't do it for a couple of weeks and notice, hey, those numbers aren't going up. I'm just going to quit because, I'm not getting popular right off the bat. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a grind. You have to work your ass off. By the way, probably going to set up either a Facebook page or a Twitter account for this show. So that way I can post whenever anything happens, if anything happens. Like today. So where we had to sort of push it back a bit because, Matt's out of town. Jackson was fighting, going to sleep, unfortunately. So I had to throw a quick 4-second video. That was it. Only 4 seconds saying, hey guys, the show's going to start at 10:30. That was all I could do at the time. So I threw together that little intro bit about 6:30, 7 o'clock today. Probably had to run through like 10, 15 times the scripting because it was all in my head because I'm an idiot and I didn't write it down like I should have. But yeah, I like doing stupid things like that. I mean, that's why that's why we made this channel. It's because I said, let's do a YouTube channel. Let's make funny skits. It'll be great. And then we had a falling out because we didn't understand each other. And that's why I think like this channel had died, quote unquote. And that's why you get the skits Guarding Idiots and Professional Interrogators. And then it goes to Story Time with Jordan and then Pokemon Fire Red walkthrough. And it's just like all over the place because we didn't know what we were doing. We had a falling out. We didn't understand each other of what we wanted to contribute to this channel. And that's why it turned into the gaming channel that it is, run between me and Matt. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, I cannot get my computer to work whatsoever when I'm trying to record gaming. So I figured instead of contributing gaming, which I can't, do a podcast. Been talking about it for like 3 months. I've been talking about it since like August. And it was just funny. I said to someone, it's like, yeah, I'm going to start a podcast. It's like, go for it, man. I never did it. Never actually went through it like I should have. It's like, nah, I'll do it like next week. I don't even know what I would do. And it's one of those things where you're probably gonna want to set aside about $300 if you want to like go full serious like me, or you're just insane. Madness is in the title for a reason. Because this microphone wasn't cheap. It costed a decent amount, $120. I'm comfortable saying. It's fairly cheaper microphone than what's out there. So instead of going for an insane thing, this is used by some of the voice actors on YouTube. Some of the abridgers, and people love them. People swear by them. And I thought, well, I looked at it, said it was pretty good. Looked at some other people, they said it was pretty good. Looked up a couple of videos with it being demonstrated. Sounded great. In my mind, right now, it does sound great because it's got this little headphone jack at the very bottom with no latency. So the voice that's going into your microphone is funneled back through your ears with no lag or anything, unlike a stream where it's 7 or some insane amount of seconds behind, where you get insane lag, where you'll be talking 7 seconds ahead but listening this exact moment, and it kind of throws you off. So it's basically listening to yourself in your head like normal. Oh, Terpe says, I've watched the Legend of Zelda Abridged series back in the day, back when you could still favorite videos and add people as friends. And the background image on your channel took up the whole page. Oh, yeah. I don't know what my old channel would look like. I don't even know if it still exists. Let's find out together. Because, you know, what's a better way of spending a podcast than looking up old crap? I think that's right. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's still here. I can't believe it. 6 years ago. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. That is the very first video I ever edited together. And it sucks. I'm looking at it now. This is terrible. So, for those of you who are just listening, for the Game Boy Advance, oh, it looks like there actually is. Oh, it's a hack battle. For the Game Boy Advance, there's a game release called Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. It was a sprite-based game, so the graphics were minimal, to say the least. So it was pretty easy to have a string of sprites go through a specific motion and string them together in a video in literal Microsoft Movie Maker, cut it down to maybe, well, now that I know, I would cut it down to a 60th of a second, so that way it's 60 frames a second. That is a crap load of editing, by the way. Or, you know, whatever I would try and do. And I strung together a group of sprites so that way it looked like it moved, and I put subtitles in it because that's all that it had. There was no voice acting, there was no nothing. In all honesty, probably if I wanted to, I could probably find a screen capture, find those sprites again, string them together in a video, and make something crazy happen. But that is for another time. But that's, you know what? That's actually a good idea. I'm going to write that down and see what I can come up with that. Because that would be awesome. Doing a Kingdom Hearts Machina Bridge. Holy crap. I spelled that wrong. Put one of your scenes. Ooh. Oh, that's good. Except, like, my characters are somewhat unique. Yeah, I would have to go through and find, like, a sprite editor so that way I could create the actual sprite for a character and then move them around. That would be interesting. I've thought about that. I've thought long and hard about putting a visual spin on it. And for whatever reason, just because I'm the biggest geek and loser around, I always thought, hey, this story better fits like a game, not a movie. It's way too long to be in a movie. This would be a epic RPG. And I think I figured out how I would do it, where you would be one of the cannon fodder soldiers running along with the main cast and experiencing it, but not necessarily what's the word? Tilting the scales one way or another. So it was something like that, but I think I screwed that idea up too. Oh man, that was one hell of a train ride, way off topic that I expected it to go. So, I almost ended up on the 6 o'clock news. Back in October 23rd, I, myself, Chrissy, and her mother went up to Frankenmuth and stayed at the Zender Splash Village Hotel and Water Park. It was great. It was fun. Except for when we got back. About a week after, I noticed something was missing. And it was one of my favorite books, the Expanse series, Abaddon's Gate. So the book went missing. I had no clue where it was. I looked everywhere that I thought it would be. You know, checked my car, checked her car. I even looked at work today because I was still looking for it. So I get home. I got the microphone in my hands doing a fake hello and welcome to the Social Outcast podcast. I am your host, Marshall. Let's have some fun. And I walk in the door and I walked in. I did that bit. Chrissy and Jackson both looked at me like I'm an idiot, obviously. And so I walk over and set the microphone on the desk. And then I noticed something on the desk. Oh, look at that. Abaddon's Gate. Now, before I continue any further, I will say, earlier today, I told Chrissy, hey, we still haven't found Abaddon's Gate, right? It's like, no, this is today, mind you. I said, well, it's about $10 on Amazon right now. So, how about you get me that for a Christmas present? Replacement for a book I already bought, and I have no clue where the hell it is. It's like, oh, okay. So I was thinking about ordering it while I was at work, and I'm like, no, because I know as soon as I order it, it's going to be found. So I get home, do the whole mic intro bit and thing, walk over to the desk, set the microphone on the desk, and then I notice it. Abaddon's Gate is sitting on my desk. I'm like, where was that? She said, Chrissy looks up and says, oh, that was in the other bag that you didn't care about with all of my stuff. And it dawned on me that we had 2 bags from a used bookstore. Chrissy had a bunch of stuff, and I forgotten that getting everything together from the hotel room, we stayed 2 nights, that I tossed my book in her bag because mine was full of the Space Odyssey saga. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I couldn't remember it. And then something else dawned on me. Wait a minute, I said. How long have you known about this? That's when she gets all like shifty eyes, looking down, looking away from me in shame, whatnot. 2 days? I'm like, are you serious? I'm going to end up on the 6 o'clock news for murdering the mother of my child because she couldn't tell me about a book. And then she says, but don't worry, I was going to give it to you for Christmas anyway. Like, thanks. I've been freaking out, wondering where the hell this stupid piece of garbage is gone. And, oh yeah, you found it 2 days ago. Oh my God. You see why she's a pain in my ass. Never ends. Guys, all of you guys out there, all you single guys, whether or not you're thinking of meeting a girl or dating already, but not too serious. Depends on the girl, obviously. They will annoy the shit out of you. And they will drive you up a wall. And they will drive you to an early grave. It never ends. Ugh. So I have my book back, and I'm probably going to read it this weekend. So I'm about a quarter of the way through, and it's starting to actually get interesting. So that's fun. Except this weekend, we have a wedding to go to. One of my. Don't plan on it. One of my close friends from high school who lived across the street from me is getting married tomorrow. Him and his fiance of 3 years, might even be 4 now. Um, they got engaged about 2 years ago, and then they had their second child, and so after they had their second child, that's when they decided that they were going to get married. It was after she was born. So that's tomorrow. It's at 4:30, which was weird because I thought it was actually at 11. So how funny would I look showing up at 11 a.m. earlier, 11 a.m. out in the middle of Rochester Hills, looking like an idiot for a wedding that's not starting for like 5.5 hours. Oops. So yeah, we'll have that all. No, in all honesty, I love Chrissy very much. I am very happy. Everything I say is just a ruse. It's just shtick. So, yeah, we bug each other, we annoy each other, but we still love each other. So, we're happy. Except for that time that I had to kick her off the podcast because she got too drunk. That was not pretty afterwards. But yeah, so tomorrow it's gonna be pretty hectic. I gotta go drop Jackson off at my mother's. She's gonna watch him throughout the wedding, so that way we don't have to worry about him. And then I have a free day on Sunday. Jackson's gonna be at his other grandparents' house. Chrissy's gonna be at her grandparents' house. I got nothing to do, nothing but time, and I'm gonna hopefully finish Abaddon's Gate, so that way I have. Now I have something to talk about on episode 5. And episode 5 is gonna be the Black Friday episode. Ooh, you know what? I remember that. I couldn't remember if we decided on the 25th or the 26th. Oh, I'm going to have to text Matt about that. But for episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, you know what? I was actually thinking about that, renaming this episode A New Hope, just to see who would get it and understand it. But I decided against it, not to mention I had the bit of the abandoned ship. So, plus I was too lazy to create show notes. Well, not that I was too lazy, I actually forgot mine back at work, so I didn't have show notes. Oops. My bad. Blitz Strikes Back. Oh, yep, I'm saving that. That is what the next episode's gonna be. Thank you. New. Oh my god, my computer's stupid. There we go. Oh, hey, that's funny. It's text document 5. Haha, funny. Boom. Thank you for that, Terpace. But yeah, so we're gonna Google Docs or Microsoft Word. I've never used Google Docs. I've only used Microsoft Word. And unfortunately, I don't actually have Microsoft Word on this computer. So Matt treated me to Notepad plus plus. Is that right? Yeah, Notepad plus plus. That thing's driving me up a wall. I've said it before, and he says, "You're not using it right. You gotta use it this way and not this way. You don't know what you're doing." I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing because this isn't what I'm used to. So hopefully that's gonna fix itself in the next couple of months, probably after Christmas. I'm hopefully gonna have Microsoft Office on this thing, so that way I can go in and edit and do all the fancy stuff that I should probably do, since I'm writing a book and all, you know. Not to mention, so it gets rid of that stupid font. But it's kind of weird, but I don't use it often. I've never used Google Docs. Is that I'm honest. I honestly don't know how to get that. Like with the Microsoft Office, I think it's for life. It's like 150 and you get everything. But I don't know what Google Docs does, if they like charge you anything. That's just me. I have no clue. It's like when I was looking up XSplit, looking for a way to completely get rid of the watermark and completely license it out to myself. It's gonna be $300. So, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Sorry, I'm not that dedicated to streaming. This thing is perfectly fine in 720, I think. But yeah, so there's Jackson again. So he's still fighting to go to sleep, unfortunately. But to all you people, whoever you may be listening to this, before Thanksgiving, I will be posting an update video later next week saying when we're going to be going up, because I'm not sure. Blitz is isolated right now. He can't talk until Sunday. So I'm not even sure what I'm doing for it. It might be a Saturday show, like the first one, but we just decided on Friday because it was easier to take care of everything. Unfortunately, it's just this today. Everything went upside down where we couldn't get a babysitter for Jackson, so that's why he's now famous, and he's on episode 4. So that would be funny. Get to, what would it be? Have to be. Maybe he's living out in the wilderness. Oh, I'll say it right here. If we get to episode 222, triple twos, episode triple twos, Jackson will be on the episode. And I'll write that down somewhere, but that's like 4 years from now, so I'll probably lose it. And that sucks. Jackson is a child actor. Yeah, he's a little character, all right. Keep trying to tell him no and whatnot. Wag your finger at him like, no, don't you do it, and he'll just do it right back at you. It's like, you little turd. I'm the parent, not you. Yeah, thinking ahead, I had to think of something that's like 4 years down the line so that way he can actually speak. And I can actually convince him into sitting down and saying stuff. It's mainly with candy. But yeah, today's gonna be a short episode. No hour and a half, 2 hour insanity like what it was last week. Oh my god, that was a pure accident. That was a circus performance. I could not believe we went on for 2 hours. Oh, we just peek behind the curtain, get done with the show, shut off the live stream. Matt's like, all right, I'm going to bed. I'm too tired. And we all just crashed. It's like, okay, this is it. Slept into like, God, I think it was like 1:30 because I think I went to bed, got up again, came out here, played a game. Yeah, that's right. I played Dishonored for a bit because Dishonored 2 came out last week and I was super hyped for it and I didn't play it. I didn't beat it. I didn't do anything with Dishonored after Friday night because come Saturday, oh, what's this? Steam has a free weekend for, oh god, I'm gonna get it wrong. Rainbow Six Siege. You know, from my point, trapeze. You know, from my point of view here, 2 hours of this podcast not that long. It's strange. Normally, I would think 2 hours would take long, but that's probably if I'm not doing much. Yeah. My voice was shot for the rest of the night. I was pretty groggy, kind of like how I'm getting right now, which I should probably invest in a nice water bottle or a glass. There you go. Yeah, that was me trying to stream with that Gamecaster program, but my computer's still utter garbage, or I don't know what I'm doing, obviously. So it's real fun when I'm looking at one corner and then all of a sudden it just teleports and I'm looking at another corner and then I'm just dead in the next second. You know, it skips like 4 seconds a piece. In game, it's got a little icon in the upper left hand corner. It's like, you're streaming, you're live, you have this many watchers right now. This is your frame rate. It said 60 consistently. And it didn't do it for the stream. I don't know what it was. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm obviously doing something wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. So, you know what? Sunday, I might figure that out. I might figure out what my problem is, what I'm doing wrong. One way or the other, I gotta find something to do for Sunday. But, Rainbow Six Siege. Look, whoever's out there listening, if you have Steam and you have that, I will add you. I absolutely love this game. I am addicted to it. I'm trying to pull it up right now. It's not working, unfortunately. Oh, come on. Oh, there it is. So I bought it last Saturday. It was half off. It was $25. Someone tried saying that the season pass, the ultimate you get everything edition, was much better. No, it's not. You literally pay $50 for skins and shit. And oh, I'm sorry, a week advancement of the new operators that they drop. I'd rather wait a week. Sorry, but last Saturday, probably, I have no clue. Early in the afternoon, probably about 2 o'clock, I started playing this game, and so right up to this exact moment, I have played 22 hours of this game. Holy shit. So, yeah, you want to add me on Steam? It's Marsh115, all lowercase, nothing special. Whew. Yeah, that game is really fun. I will play with whoever wants to. Yeah, 22 hours. It is disgusting. By the time Sunday came around when I had bought it, so within 24 hours, I had played 12 hours of it. So I spent half the day playing this game. It is so much fun. It's so satisfying. Last night, I had such a hilarious debacle of chaos. sitting in a corner. I'm sitting right next to a doorway. The doorway is open. Someone's trying to breach on the other side of the room. And I think to myself, I'm going to look at this doorway that's behind me. I feel someone's there. I look out. There's another doorway on the other side of the room that I'm now looking into, which is behind me. And I see feet on the bottom of it. I'm like, well, I'm going to shoot this guy. I kill him. Turn back around. I'm like, this is good. This is fine. Pop up. Oh, there's someone there. Pop back down. Totally fine. I'm going to look back in this room again. And sure enough, there was another guy. I killed him. Look back. Now I'm in the same room now I'm in the first room that I started in. Pop up. Oh, there's someone there, except he was waiting for me and killed me. I almost did it 4 times, and then the 5th person would have still killed me, but it was so stupid. And I'm just I'm just giggling while I'm doing this. Like, it was so damn funny. It was so silly. And that's what I love about that game. I never thought I would get back into a military shooter. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, you disappoint me. Very disappointed. I hate you. You gave me the ability to fight Jon Snow on Mars with spaceships and laser guns. You disappointed me with that. Get your shit together. Come on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and no one's playing it. And that's what I've heard. I saw a very, very true and incredibly sad post on Reddit the other day, and it was the Titanfall 2 case. And it said, it's actually a good game now, but everyone else bought Battlefield 1. So, like, it's sad. That's sad that someone was clever enough to think that, to realize that, and to actually be compelled to put that out to the internet. Like, it's so sad and disappointing when you see something like that. Because I saw Titanfall 2. I love Titanfall 1. I played it a year after it came out, where the one guy that was on kicked everyone's ass and he didn't die once, went like 33-0 when the score was 75. So pretty much responsible for at least half of the team kills. And I still had a blast. It basically became a challenge. It's like, oh, hey, can you kill that guy? I bet we can. And we go in, and he completely just smokes us. And it's like, that's how good this guy was. Like, me and my buddy went in, and there was, like, another guy and 2 other pilots. We would all try and go after this guy, and somehow he would just weasel his way out. And as he's walking out, he'll turn around, gun one of us down, get another just on sheer luck, and then be gone. And it's like, all right, we got to find him again. The next thing you know, he's halfway across the map. He's got his Titan again, and he's killing us again. It's like, come on. Give us a break. Let's try to kill this guy again. Because it was fun. And if that was given to me day one, I don't think I would have ever put that game down. Just like Destiny. I bought into the Destiny hype. I bought Taken King, I think. Yeah, it's the Taken King. I bought the Taken King expansion, played way too much. Within a month, I want to say I put in a solid 150 hours. It was disgusting. That was everything I did. I would play that every waking moment that I wasn't at work. And when Rise of Iron came out, I looked at it and I'm like, that looks cool, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that again. I can't do that. There's no way I can do that to myself again. But unfortunately, I go out and buy Rainbow Six Siege, and it's already at 22 hours, so I'm on my way. But no, I should go back and play Dishonored 2 because that game is fun, and I could go and play the DLC for the original Dishonored that I never got to play. But yeah, that's like 5 days. That's like 7, actually. So you do the math. Pull up calculator. Do, 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 do. I don't have my calculator out. Unprofessional, 150 hours divided by 24. That is 6.25 days. Just try to set the world record for longest total time play. I can't because there are people who do nothing but run that game, run the raids and stuff. I'm nowhere near that. Wouldn't be surprised if yeah, it is getting late. Yeah, we're starting to run up to an hour and a half, so that's cool. I was able to ramble on my own for an hour and a half. So I know if I have to do this on my own, I can do it on my own. That's awesome. I'm good. No, I'm not. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if there are people out there with thousands of hours in this game. So there are some freakishly diehard people, you know, enthralled with Destiny who do nothing but play it constantly over and over. And like, I'm not going to lie, I got sick of the raids and the story and whatnot when I got done with it, and I was like on the last raid, which I never finished, which I'm never going to finish. And I thought to myself, this is kind of boring. I'm going to go into multiplayer. And I loved it. I remember I actually saw it like a couple months ago on my Facebook feed. Facebook said, "Hey Marshall, remember when you posted this?" And it showed me literally getting my first triple kill with a Titan ult. And I destroyed in that match. Just jump up, slam down, boom, they're done. That was amazing. That was a lot of fun. You know, I could be a radio voice guy. You know, one of the cashiers at Joann's when I was making a holster for my Halloween costume said, "You have a very nice voice. You have a voice for radio." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks. You know, that's actually funny because I'm starting a podcast tonight." So it was like 4 weeks ago. And so she's like, "Oh, that's cool. I have no clue what that is, though." I'm like, it's an internet show, so don't worry about it. You'll probably never see us. I doubt this is going to go anywhere. Real quick, my Halloween costume was a steampunk cowboy. Long trench coat, a wide-rimmed cowboy hat, goggles, a steampunk vaporizer, holster. What else did I have? Oh, yeah, and a plague doctor mask. And that is my pride and joy as of right now until I make one of my own, which hopefully I can do. But yeah, it was something. I'll see if I can't get a picture of it. I might be able to pull it from Twitter, but while I'm doing that, excuse me. While I'm doing that, so oh God, I lost my train of thought. Cashier said, "Yeah, you've got a voice for radio, so that's pretty good." I'm like, "All right, that's pretty cool. That makes me feel good about myself." I'm so sorry, guys. It is getting really late. I was actually planning on doing the podcast tonight and telling her all this. She's like, oh, that's real cool. And so, yeah, here we go. Got the picture. So, what happened was we were walking out, and Chrissy just goes, you know, she probably was saying that you're ugly, right? I'm like, what? It's like, yeah. Whenever you tell someone they got a voice for radio, that means they're ugly. I'm like, that bitch. She was calling me ugly, and I didn't even have the smart sass to realize it. Oh, I feel stupid. And I had a nice laugh about it. It's pretty funny. Oh no, I lost it. I had it. I don't know where it is. I'm sorry. Downloads. There. No? Oh, come on. I'm trying to show this to people. Extra large icons. Come on. Where's it? Where's it? Where's it? Where's it? This is perfect radio. Looking for crap on the internet. I don't know where it is. Let me see if I can't just drag and drop. Save image as on the desktop. It should be on the desktop. Oh, there it is. It's JPEG. Let me bring this out. Open. That's the Plague Doctor mask. And the hat as well. I don't know where the other picture is at the moment, but that hat has a pair of goggles on it right now. And the Plague Doctor mask is kind of off to the side because it fogs up my glasses, and unless I get contacts, I won't be able to actually wear it because my glasses fog up way too badly. So, yeah. But that's the mask that I have, and I've got this trench coat to go with it. Took I took a vinyl fabric, and that's going to be on my nightmares tonight. You are welcome, sir. I took vinyl fabric, which looks like reptile skin, and the style is called Jumanji gunmetal. So it sounds awesome. So I made this old-timey holster out of it. I screwed it up because I didn't put a shoulder strap on it. So when I have the gun in the actual holster, it's literally sags down to my knee. So I have to put a shoulder strap on it to hold it up. That way it's actually able to be efficient, and it's just cool looking. I liked it. Should be a character in one of your stories. Oh yes, what's your name? Jumanji. What? Jumanji gunmetal. Why gunmetal? This is why. And now you're dead. But speaking of straps of vinyl fabric, I literally went and just grabbed a bunch of crap and made this. One of my coworkers said it looks like the composite bow uh, finger straps. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know what they are, but there's a forearm guard, an arm guard that's just on there that looks like it's actually there for a bow, because with a composite bow you have to wear a protective sleeve on your forearm. Otherwise, you will literally skin your arm when you try and shoot your bow. And then there's finger hooks that hook onto the back of the where you draw the arrow, and it's easier to release other than do it by your fingers and completely shred them apart. That's why they have that little knocking mechanism for that they just hold on to. So that's what the hand part looks like, but then there's the arm guard, and I'm tweaking it, but that's also able to be worked into a sort of lost Jedi type deal because I have lightsabers and all. So that would be pretty cool to do, and still constantly working on just random tidbits here and there. Matt said that we should do a designer's desk where he does like games and stuff, where because he just loves making games, creating new rules for existing content. I don't have real lightsabers. I have prop lightsabers, and they are badass. And I absolutely love them. And if I can get this video working, I will pull this. Yeah, let's see if I can't do this. I will pull this and actually have it on the show. So, unfortunately, those of you who are just listening, you can screen capture right there. So we're gonna have that right there. It's not capturing at all. What? Oh, come on. Add a screen capture. Work. Oh, does it not work because it's that? Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. I can't do that because it's through Google Chrome, and apparently Google Chrome doesn't let you do that. It allows you to play music through YouTube and crap. That sucks. Can I get this link? Copy link. Embed video. Copy link to tweet. Let's see if I can't just do that. Copy. And yeah, technology at its finest and internet censorship. That should work. Takes you right to the video. So if I could put this in the description. Yep. So that's my Twitter handle for all of those who care. But yeah, those are the newest lightsabers from Saber Forge, and there's another ad that I'm not getting paid for. I can't remember what they were called. Bastion, actually, now that I remember it. They are lime green, they are bright as hell, and they are awesome. Not to mention they can staff together. Oh, definitely Terpes. They would be better with sound effects. That's the end goal. I just have to get to that point in time and actually have a decent editing software. They look super sweet through a video, and that video was captured through my phone. And that was before I realized you can switch your iPhone to 60 frames a second. I didn't know that was a thing. I found that out at work. And so I literally shot a 60 frame a second video of a coil being ran through a slitter. So now that I know that's a thing, I can probably make them look a lot cooler. So yeah, I'm super excited. That's actually one of the big huge projects that Madness Scene is working on video wise. We're trying to come up with a thing, but with what is it, scheduling and whatnot. Matt's living about half hour, 45 minutes out. So it would have to either be him driving in somewhere that we can record and shoot videos, or me driving out there to find somewhere. Not to mention having dialogue. I also want to have like costumes. That's where this whole tailoring thing came in, and that was one of the things that Chrissy had mentioned. Where did that go? And a thing here that had like all my titles. So instead of the typical Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, it was something along the lines of tinker, tinkerer, tailor, fabricator, steelworker, parent, podcaster, gamer, and so on and so on. I think I had like 10 titles or something ridiculous like that. It was pretty funny. And that's what she's good for, giving me good ideas. And that's where that Tinkerbell, oh my god. Sure, that's what Tinker Toys. Sure, that's what the costume will be when I'm fighting off two people in a lightsaber duel. I'll be dressed as Tinkerbell. Yeah, 250-pound fat ass me with a nasty looking beard and long greasy hair, skin tight, lime, disgusting puke green, skimpy dress with lightsabers. How's that for an image? You know what? That uh, that plague doctor is not going to be in your nightmares because that image is going to be in your nightmares. You're welcome. Oh my god. And that would be hilarious, but I will never, never volunteer for that. So, you reap what you sow, though. And here on the Social Outcast podcast, we actually have fun. Oh boy. Well, it is going to turn an hour and 30 minutes in exactly 40 seconds. So I'll pimp out Matt's stuff. And if you enjoyed this show, go check out Blitz's gaming content. I think he's doing Army Men. I cannot remember what the name of the current game is, but I know we have a new line coming out, Army Men RTS. His most recent one was, oh my god, 44 minutes? Damn, I did not expect that. I might actually have to play that game. So, I want to say he said that series is coming to an end shortly. I think he's almost done with it. Or he is done with it. He's just slowly uploading the videos. But I know me and him are going to get together for a collaborational video on a special project that I hold dear to my heart because I had a very great drive to play this game, but I never could. I borrowed it from Blitz, didn't get it very far because I just gave up and gave it back to him, completely forgot about it. So let me check the message really quick, but I can't remember the exact date. He did give me 2 dates. It might honestly be left him. Oh, that's right. He sent it to me on Skype. I am sorry. I apologize. He said, "Do not disturb equals recording videos." That's great. So, the Friday or Saturday after Thanksgiving, which we might be able to do a direct stream where we're all in the same room with the new microphone. Oh my god. What? But yeah, he said either Friday or Saturday he wants to do the recording. If not, it's the following weekend that we would do it. So yeah, so he's coming to the end of Army Men RTS, and we're going to be doing the next project, which I cannot wait for because I'm so stoked. We're going to try and run through it so fast and kind of do a speed run, but I think he said he might want to do a completionist. I'm going to be honest here. I'm not the one that watches all of our videos. like I'll go back and watch the video that I produced and directed, Gardening Idiots and Professional Interrogators, because I absolutely love those. Those are those are my first children. I'm sorry, Jax. What am I doing? I hold those near and dear to my heart. People may call me stupid for doing it or say they're uh, stupid, but I absolutely love them because those were my first taste of of comedy. Yeah, I think I watched I want to say like a month ago. I went back and I'm like, click. I just want to watch these and revel in the fact that I was actually able to produce something with a slight story with all of my friends while we were just running around with a crappy camera being idiots. But if the lightsaber thing goes over well, those might be coming back. Or short little skits or story times. I don't know. It's running through my head at a billion miles an hour and I can't keep up. I love this microphone though. This will take me places because I sound awesome. Oh, all day. It has literally been nonstop from 4:30 or 5. So it's been 7 hours that I've been using this thing. And I absolutely love it. So if you're out there wondering if you should get a microphone for your podcast, as an ad that I said, get a pop filter, otherwise someone will yell at you. Ben. And yeah, blue microphone, the Yeti Pro. I have the blackout edition. It's awesome. It's super sweet looking. I'm gonna I'm gonna pull up a picture here really quick and get this over to you guys because I absolutely love this thing. It's so useful. The quality is so great. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that. Boom. Use photo. This is perfect radio. The best of the best. Download this. Go to desktop. It should be here. It's not here. Lovely. There it is. Can I literally just drop it? Oh my god, I can. Boom. There's the microphone. The blue microphone Yeti Pro Blackout Edition. 120 bucks. Pop filter was 12. And all in all, I'm loving the hell out of this thing. It's so fun to use. Literally just sitting there in Rainbow Six, just humming along to whatever tunes in my head at the time. And people were like mocking me. It's like, what are you singing? I'm like, Metallica, leave me alone. I'm killing people. So, yeah. You put put someone like me in front of a professional tier microphone, uh, he's gonna be an idiot with it. So overjoyed. Do you have anything to say, Chrissy?
So glad he's asleep.
Ooh, it's rough.
He would not go to sleep. Although it seemed like maybe it was because he's teething because he woke up so quickly.
Yeah, that might make sense. Drug him up.
Yeah, that should be what made him go to sleep.
Well, hey, we can have a repeat of 4 weeks ago on episode 1 of the podcast tomorrow when we go to the wedding. Just don't puke in the cake.
Oh. Gonna make
Ayo.
me puke now. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. But whatever you do, just child abuse. What? Abuse? Motrin's not abuse. What are you talking about?
I wouldn't call drugging them up abuse.
Me and Terpez,
More like neglect.
me and Terpez have had a wonderful conversation for the past hour.
So he's like a side,
Side character.
yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're not main character material. That's our shtick. You're Lando Calrissian.
I like the robot chicken skit with him.
Hey,
Lando finally learned some manners.
Oh.
Was that it?
I can't remember.
They had the actual guy that played Lando. They kept showing him going around doing errands, and then people are like, "Oh, Lando finally learned some manners." Like, he
Oh
was
no,
being
it's not
polite.
that. He he said this deal's getting worse all the time. And he's like,
No, it was another one.
Oh,
It
then
was the actual guy. He was out in the real world.
Oh, I
and
have
they're
no
like,
clue.
"Oh, Lando finally became a better person to in some form."
I have no clue. I honestly could not tell you. I have no clue. I don't remember. But we were just talking, and don't say the name because I don't know how much you know or not or what we're doing. But Matt wants to shoot his next series either next weekend or the weekend after. So if that's the case, we might be able to do a show where we're all together.
Is it good? Is he gonna be playing with you?
Yeah. I'm a part of it.
Oh,
So,
okay. That's if it's his usual series. That seems weird. They're usually single player games.
Yeah, it is, but we're gonna be handing it off and on because it's a game that I like to die at. Cause it's fun.
Is it the one you showed me on the PS2? Or was online?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't pull it up right now.
Because of the new one.
Oh wait, no. Yes, I
Probably
can.
is.
Yes, I can. See, this. All right. So I just got the microphone, and I was supposed to get a stand and a shock absorber with it. You know, like the radial shock absorbers, those old-timey ones that you see Elvis singing into. So the big circle with the strings and the microphones in the center, that's a shock absorber. So that way, as he's swinging it around and knocking it about, you don't hear any of that. Because otherwise, if I tap on my desk, listen, that's me tapping on my desk because the microphone isn't stabilized. Right now, if I take it and put it on 5 layers of vinyl, it kind of clears up. But it's not because now it's on the omnidirectional, so it's taking audio from everywhere. That's another thing about these microphones is it's absolutely insane. I can also switch it over here. So that way now I'm talking into your left ear, or I should be. And then I come over here and now I'm talking into your right ear. And it kind of throws you back. It's got stereo. And love this thing.
You are officially doing an intermittent infomercial.
I know, and I should be paid for this, but you know what? I'm perfectly fine. I paid probably way too much money for this. And technological genius. Fabric for technology.
So you didn't do this?
No, that's in the future.
Oh.
But both. You don't have stereo headphones? Terpes? Stereo headphones always throw me off. I recently got into a band, Holy Watt.
Holy White Hounds.
Holy White Hounds. Look them up. They're amazing. They're pretty funny.
Funny?
If
you call them funny.
If you like listen to the background where like they finish one song and it's like, yeah, that's the end of the song. It's like, oh yeah, now we can go and do more serious songs instead of spending this goddamn time on a filler song. And he's got this racist white southern hick accent, super funny.
Southern accents are racist?
No, it just sounded like it. Sorry, not racist, stereotypical. So, but Holy White Hounds, Ghost Arm, my favorite song by them. Really great, really fun. Anyway, don't know what I was going on, but yeah, I have no clue what a holy watt would be. Typical Southern accent, not racist. Sorry, my uncle's in the South. He's a bit of a racist.
A bit?
It's funny. Yeah, a bit. Huh?
Sorry, but he made that.
That's off podcast material, Missy. Oh wow, this really does pick up really well with the omnidirectional one. You know, funny thing you mentioned, Light of Heaven Terpes. I was actually trying to think of a way to incorporate something like that. Heaven's Pillar or some silly, stupid sounding name like that. Where it was going to be this guy's facing down this massive horde or a massive monster. And he's just sitting there and everybody's off to the side, beat to crap. And like, oh my god, is he actually going after this? No, man, come on. Come back. You're going to die. And then it's just all of a sudden, you know, nothing that nobody saw coming. He's just like Heaven's Pillar and makes a hand sign or something, and just this massive ray of light appears and completely vaporizes the thing.
I would say that 1 holy watt is the light of 1 angel's halo.
1.21 gigawatts. Heaven's Bulwark, where's that from?
Sounds like a book.
It sounds... Oh.
Do you know how many 1.21 gigawatts is?
Bolt of lightning.
I meant in numbers.
Yeah, 1.21 gigawatts. I just said it.
I meant with zeros, you
Nope.
bozo. Dolt.
Heaven's Bulwark sounds like something. It sounds like something that would be in League of Legends, honestly. Let's Google it. The Google Hour with Madnessine. Heaven's
Google Hour?
Bulwark.
Are you kidding me?
The Google Minute.
Sounds pretty dumb.
Divine... Oh, yes.
Wow
Divine Bulwark.
cards.
Crown of the Heavens. WoW cards info.
WoW has a TCG? Really?
Yeah, it's called Hearthstone.
Oh,
Never
it doesn't
mind.
look like
This
it.
is something completely different.
Looks like an actual card.
But Divine Bulwark, ability, protection, play cost 4, class restriction, whatever that is, paladin. Attached target ally. Attached ally has +4/+4. If attached ally would be destroyed, destroy this ability instead. If you do, your hero heals all damage from that ally. Wow.
I wouldn't say that Hearthstone is their card game because Blizzard pulls from all of their, or they can pull from all of their franchises.
True, but it's mainly set in the World of Warcraft area because it's like tavern brawls, so everything that's there is from World of Warcraft. The thing that they pull from everywhere is Heroes of the Storm. That's the one that they pull from everything.
Mm-hmm.
But But yeah. So. It's almost 2 hours again. See? I say that. I was like, it's going to be a short show. Whatnot, probably like an hour.
You know, I would have been even less happy if you had stopped the show without me.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't think people want to hear Jackson going, eh.
Well, you could have waited for me then. You could have kept going without me, and then when I came back on.
I mean, hey, Trapeze has already said it's getting really late. It is getting really late. It's past midnight now. You know, it's exactly the same that we did last week. We started at 10:30, I think. Went to like 12:30, something like that. I honestly don't remember.
So it's on a Friday. You don't work tomorrow.
Yeah, it's on a Friday. We got crap to do tomorrow. We have a wedding to get ready
You
for.
don't have to.
I gotta make sure that I actually have clothes for the wedding. I'm not gonna go.
You don't have to leave until 2:30.
That's actually a lie, but you have to leave at 2:30, mainly because you have to be ready by 2:30. We're actually leaving at 3:30.
Why do I have to be ready an hour before we leave?
Because whenever I say, hey, we're leaving at this point in time, you're never ready.
Well, then give me half an hour.
Fine, you have to be ready at 3.
Okay. Well,
wedding's at 4:30.
You're not the groomsman.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that, and then I realized it's like I don't care. I don't want to be a part of that. I never want to be a part of that madness ever again.
What did you have to do?
Sit and watch a bunch of drunken old guys get pissed drunk and then drive one of them home, and then get pulled over for
I thought that was
speeding.
For the birthday.
No,
oh.
That was on my birthday.
Oh.
So, a little bit of backstory. My stepfather decided to have his bachelor party the day before my birthday. So him, a bunch of his friends, and my grandfather all went up to a bar. Everyone else but me.
Bachelorette party.
Huh?
That's called a bachelor party.
A bachelor party. Yeah, pretty much. So I was turning 20. So at the time, technicality, I was still 19. Watching a bunch of old guys get shit-faced drunk. They were wasted.
Maybe that's why it's better when there's a younger person getting married.
Parfer party. So about halfway through, my grandfather has the bright idea of saying, hey, where are the strippers at? And then he decides, oh, no strippers? We're doing shots then. So they start doing shots. I'm literally just watching these guys laughing and watching music videos or something on my phone. We get out, we start going down. There was a group of girls downstairs who saw us leave. They left at the same time. They were being flirty, drunk, and whatnot, and I'm trying to honestly just get into my car so I can leave and go, but apparently I have to drive Steve home. So it's like, alright, I gotta wait for these bozos. So they're chatting it up with the girls. I'm staring at my car door, trying to just will myself to get in. And all of a sudden I hear Dave, one of my stepfather's friends, saying, Marshall, holy shit, you missed that. I'm like, what did I miss? And it's like 3 of those girls just took their shirts off for you, actually, dude, and you missed it. I'm like,
they were probably all your age.
I don't care. They looked like they were like 25. They were drunk too, so they were at least 2 years older than me. So I finally got my stepfather into the car, whatnot. Finally got him in there, driving home, and Marsh, the ladies' man, please.
From an early age, yes.
I wish.
There
Not
was that
necessarily.
waitress at Hooters.
That's at Hooters. They're meant to be hookers.
And you were like 10.
It shouldn't be called Hooters. It should be... That
Tambourine? I don't
Oh,
get it.
no. It's the cat. It's the freaking cat shaking his collar because he's got a bell on it because someone decided to put it on there.
Bailey. It glows in the dark, and it's got pumpkins on it.
Ooh, la-dee frickety da.
As for Swayze, that was Aunt Allison, because he would hide all the time.
Anyway, so finally got my stepfather into the car. We're driving home.
Swayze, as in Patrick Swayze, because my aunt had an obsession with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, and if that cat chews through
Black, long-haired.
And then the other one's a tuxedo?
Yeah.
And named Bailey.
You know, because
and I swear,
and white.
If Swayze chews through another one of my headphone cords, he's going to have a lot more in common with Patrick Swayze than he really wants to. I am comfortable making that threat. That little shit chewed through a pair of $80 headphones that I cannot fix. Those were my razors. Those were my best headphones ever.
Also, yes, I'm sure every female in the 80s had a thing for him because of Ghost. That was in the 80s, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. I just know of it. Anyway, moving on because you guys are derailing me. You're not even on the show, Terpes. We're just talking to you, and you're still able to derail me. That's impressive, sir.
Well, you do have.
Yeah, he did. So finally, finally got my stepfather into the car, and we're driving home, and I'm thinking I'm doing the speed limit. All of a sudden, flashing lights. Yeah, derailed. All of a sudden, flashing lights pop up in my rearview mirror. I'm like, great. Now I'm getting pulled over. It's 1 o'clock. My stepfather probably smells like booze, and we just came from a bar. And so what had happened was I pulled off in the mall parking lot and said, okay, well, what's going on? He's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, I have no clue, sir. I am sorry, but I honestly have no clue. He's like, you were speeding. Do you know how fast you were going? Yeah, 50. He's like, no, you were doing 60. The speed limit's 45. I'm like, isn't the speed limit 50 on this road? He's like, yeah, after that intersection right there, literally 100 feet down the road. Like, okay, whatever, I'm sorry, I can't fight it. I can't say me personally, I cannot say I was doing 50 for sure and you say I was doing 60. You pulled me over for a reason, I'm sorry. He's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going home. And my stepfather was just staying super quiet the whole time. And he's like,
wow, a drunk man being quiet?
He's like, all right, well, since it's your first time, I'll let you off with a warning, whatever. So get back in. I'm all shaken up. I'm like, great. Got pulled over for the first time on my birthday, driving my drunk stepfather home from his bachelor party. How's that for a story? So he's like, why would, this is my stepfather, and he's like, why would you admit to speeding? He did pull you over. You could just play dumb. It's like, I wasn't. I thought I was doing 50, and I thought it was 50 through here. I'm sorry, I didn't know. And he's like, but he said you were doing 50. I'm like, no, he said I was doing 60. He's like, okay, never mind, whatever. And it's like, we'll just not tell your mom. It goes a whole year. My 21st birthday comes around, and Dave, the guy who called me out for not seeing the girls flashing me, texts my mother, and it's like, yeah, so has Marshall been pulled over yet again? It's been a year. She's like, what are you... Ossifer. Yeah, exactly. Nope. Never gonna have that problem.
No, is there a problem, sir?
Yes, you can dig through our video archive and see what happens to people when they ask me that. Specifically, literally look for the video. Is there a problem, sir? Anyway, so Dave sent my mother a message on my 21st birthday that said, yeah, has Marsh been pulled over anymore? You know, it's been a year. So then she texts me, she's like, when did you get pulled over? I'm like, last year on my birthday? How would you know? Did Steve say? It's like, no, Dave did. I'm like, thanks, Dave. Asshole. Basically.
Well, yeah, I think it's funnier and less embarrassing for both parties when you see younger people getting drunk compared to older people.
Yeah, no, the average age was probably about. The average age, excluding me, was probably about 40. Yeah, and my grandfather, who was about 20 years older than that at the time. So, actually, you know what? Between me and him, we probably averaged it out and pulled it back to 40 again. So I wasn't even 20, and he was like 66. And everyone else there was like in their 40s and 50s. So, yeah, a bunch of old guys getting pissed drunk. That's literally it. And then I got to see it happen again, like 2 weeks later at their wedding, because they got pissed drunk again.
It was funny when Dave got drunk.
Oh yeah, Dave's literally
It was-
sitting there with his son-in-law police officer, and saying like, "No, I'm not drunk. I can drive if I want." And it's like, Dave, look at my finger and follow it. It's like, you are so drunk right now. You are so screwed up right now.
I think it was funny because he had to go through the sober test.
Yep, and we were still in the wedding part.
Actual
The
police officer.
we were still in the reception hall, so it didn't matter.
We
But
hadn't left, so
plus, not to mention, that guy's a water police officer.
water. What does that mean? Like he hangs around the water cooler all day?
No, he's out on like the lakes patrolling the water. Water patroller,
Oh.
lake patrol, whatever it is. No, I'm all right. Drive. I can drunk. Oh man, but yeah, 2 hours. So
I'm not as think as you drunk I am.
so it's feeling pretty set in stone. This is how the shows are going to go from now on. Every Friday, either anytime after like 9:30. Obviously, there are going to be some hiccups here and there if we can't get Jackson watched after, or if he fights going to sleep like he did tonight. But yeah, I mean, there are going to be hiccups. There are going to be time constraints. So next weekend, before next weekend, I will upload a video describing what's going to happen, what we're going to do, and we will also have a lot more content to talk about because, you know, Matt will be there and hopefully Chrissy will be there too. So, yay! Episode 4. We've been doing this for a month. Oh my god.
Yay!
Yeah. I'm proud of myself. I stuck with it for a month. I actually stuck with something.
Unlike your video games.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go play Dishonored 2 right now.
Yay! Finally, I actually thought you weren't gonna play that anymore.
Or maybe Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know.
Because I thought
I'll flip a coin.
just decided to play Rainbow Siege. Rainbow Six Siege.
I don't know.
I
I'll
don't
decide.
know how it is.
I did the same thing earlier. I called it Rainbow Siege.
It's not like I play it, so I have more of an excuse than you.
And who knows? Maybe next week I'll actually have a microphone arm, so it'll be like an official studio-esque desk. Anyway, it was a fun show. Heads Dishonored, tails Dishonored. All right, I'm gonna.
It should be Dishonored and then Dishonored 2 with one of them.
Because if it's Dishonored, then Chrissy's playing it.
Because you finished the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what happened. Kind of.
Kind of?
Well, I mean, I didn't
You
get the
don't
full story
remember?
with the DLC.
Oh, well, you can get it now
Yeah, I know.
as long as
I
you
don't know why you're playing on the PS3 because we have the DLC on the PS4.
You don't have to finish the main story to get the DLC, do you?
I think the Trials one you do.
Trials one?
Yeah, the Dunwall Trials, I think it's called. Yeah. Enjoy.
Well, how about you do the PS4 version? Then I can get access to it.
You see how she uses me for her sick, demented pleasure.
See, I also use you for trophies that I can't get because I know you like to go on the hard modes and
Oh my
I
God.
don't. So you get me the hard trophies.
I literally disabled probably every bit of the HUD information for Dishonored 2. Because I'm like, I don't need this, I don't want this, I don't want this. All I have is like a simple reticle, and that's it. Actually, no,
So-
wait. I changed that because I couldn't
I
aim
thought
with
you
it.
had the
'Cause it's
normal
too small.
reticle.
If I move it over to my monitor, I can go back to simple because I love this monitor. My monitor is actually 1080p. That stupid plasma heat box is only 720.
Hmm.
That's why I don't like that thing. That's why I like your mother's TV a lot more.
So why did we use this one?
Oh, because I broke the remote trying to smash a spider.
We have remotes.
Yeah, I
here.
know. I didn't know about that at the time. So I'm like, all right, I destroyed the remote, so we're just gonna switch out the TVs.
I suppose it's too much trouble to change the TVs.
No, I can do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Booyah.
Okay.
It's all that I had, and it was big ass spider. I'm sorry.
Well, at least you broke it, so we don't have to use it anymore.
Yeah, we can just give it to Jackson. He loves remotes.
No, we can't give him that one. It's been touched by a spider.
Then scrub it.
The essence
was
will
not-
still be there.
I hate that movie. My mother sat me down and watched it with me when I was like 10. When did that movie come out?
And
I'm gonna
yet
find
you,
that
like,
out right
ate
now.
like it freaks.
Rack. I don't know how to spell.
You need another A. It's arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia.
Why did you ask me to spell? You know I'm the dictionary.
Yeah, Jeff Daniels and John Goodman
Came out before I was born. Wow.
about killer spiders, and director is Frank Marshall. Boom.
Isn't
Winner.
that Ghost Rider?
No, that is not. I know. God, we just talked about him too. It's not him. Oh, what's the guy's name? It's the guy who's in Justified.
Robert Frank Miller?
No.
Oh, okay, I saw that on cast list.
You'd know his name as soon as you see
Do we
it.
have brown recluses?
Huh?
Do we have brown recluses?
I don't think so.
I hope not.
Someone was trying to say it's the reason
Super bad.
they call them brown recluses because they like to hide in buttholes.
Oh, I thought it was because they were brown. I don't know about the.
Oh my
recluse
God, I guess
part.
we do. Brown recluse
Oh,
spiders in
no.
Michigan. Lovely.
Actually, that looks like a spider I've seen before.
You
In real life.
you can just stop about that with spider talk and ghost talk that Jackson's talking to the spirits and whatnot. It's like you can just.
I didn't even mention the spirits.
I don't care, but still, you can just. Nothing beats those nasty ass, evil spiders that were down south. Oh my God.
Aren't black recluses just as bad?
No, black recluse is basically a black widow. I don't
But
actu-
aren't they both
wait,
still poisonous?
Is there a black recluse? I thought it was just
Yeah.
brown. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I've heard about black, and Then the brown.
I know the brown recluse is technically the most poisonous spider on the planet, I think. Except their fangs aren't sharp enough or long enough to pierce human skin.
Both poisonous.
Oh yeah, they are both poisonous. But yeah. See.
So they're dangerous to smaller creatures?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ugh.
They can take down like a mouse.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah. I don't. Does a tarantula have? Oh, we have daddy long legs up here, and those things just freak me right the hell out.
Because of the legs?
Yeah, they're. It's like the body is a quarter, and their legs are like 8 inches long, or some ridiculous crap like that.
Long legs as much as the.
Oh, they just creep me out. It's the legs.
The body is so small you can barely see it, but the legs freak me out some.
Ugh. Yeah, you want nightmares for me? Or if I want nightmares, spiders. Absolutely hate them.
So what did you do with the ice spiders in Skyrim?
I tried avoiding those bastards as much as possible.
I remember fighting them in Nier. Those ones creep me out really bad. Oh, centipedes.
Okay. 2nd grade or 3rd grade story.
I think you said 3rd grade.
3rd grade story from elementary school. I was going to wash my hands for whatever reason in the classroom sink, and I turned on the water, and a centipede came crawling out the drain and scared the hell out of me.
Oh, it was the classroom sink?
Yeah, it was in the classroom.
So what did the teacher do?
I don't know.
You screamed though, I thought.
I can't remember. I can't even remember my teacher's name.
Oh.
I didn't faint.
You blacked out.
Just screamed, and I'm like, oh my god, what is that? And went running away. I'm like, noping out of there. And see, this is prime time to bring this up. Seen them in the basement. After I seen them there, it took me a long time to go back down there for anything. Yeah, I can understand that.
In my bathtub, and they're those like yellow ones with
they scuttle
really
along really
legs.
quickly.
Like they're not the ones with the brown shell. They have
the carapace. Anyway,
they just have long legs.
this is a great time to mention this. My circle of friends have a very bad problem, and that is
they like to mess with you.
They know when they should stop talking after we're done hanging out, or when we're on the phone, Skype call, or playing a game. They know when it's like, oh yeah, well, we're gonna head out now. We'll go outside of whoever's house we're staying at, and we'll just sit in the middle of the street and just keep talking and whatnot. It always happens.
Because the person whose house we're at has to go to bed,
yeah.
usually.
Yeah, it always happens. We just
Matt,
continue on the conversation no matter what without them.
The other Matt?
This is exactly what this is that I think I've tried ending the show like 7 times, but like keep talking. It's like, oh, now we're going to go on about this, or we're going to go on about this over here. And it's just, it never ends.
Maybe that's why I like podcasts, is with conversations in real life that I have problems, and I go on tangents. So
right.
I feel like I can't talk to people. But with a podcast, you can say pretty much anything.
Yeah. We've been diving in all over the place. I literally
it's longer and longer.
I literally had my finger on the button, and then something was brought up, and it's like, I'm gonna go look this up now and then talk about it a little bit longer.
I think that was a spider.
Probably. Anyway, well, this has been a blast. Thank you, Terpez, coming out once again. Always glad to have you watching our stuff. It's fun.
Glad to have anyone watching.
it's fun having an audience.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, you know my weakness, but you're gonna have to find me first to what's the word? Invoke it. I have no clue. Invoke fear. Anyway, glad to have you. Unfortunately, the other guys who said they were gonna check it out probably meant they were gonna just watch the VOD of it afterwards. Um, yeah, this has been fun. This is still fun. Expect us next week as well. And again, like I said, expect that update sometime in the middle of the week by by Wednesday for sure. So have fun, folks. It's been episode 4 of the Social Outcast podcast. Bye.
Bye.